Hi guys, welcome to My Beautiful Autism. Today we're going to talk about stimming. Right, okay, so let's start with the basics. What is stimming? Stimming is self-stimulatory behaviors, repetitive behaviors that a lot of, anybody can do them, but they're very common amongst autistic people. So, clapping your hands, playing with your fingers, bending your fingers. For me, it's the pretzel hand. So this, squeezing, squinting. I do that a lot. I twitch my face. I go like this. That's a stim. Auditory stims. I'm not really sure if you guys actually want to hear my yelling stim. So sometimes I repeat words, so I'll say yes, 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 no, 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 no. I'll repeat things like, very similar to echolalia, I'll repeat things that I've heard over and over and over again. So whether it's a line from a movie like bzz, or a sound like bzz, 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 for buzzing bees, that's a stim. Shouting, like I said, I don't know if you guys want to hear my yelling stim. If you do, maybe I'll put it at the very end. I'll have my partner take a video of me like stimming, just rocking. Rocking is a stim. Singing can be a stim. Listening to music, listening to repetitive. That's the thing that separates a stim from a normal behavior. So a stim is repetitive. So listening to the same song over and over again, or the same part, or rewinding the beginning of a YouTube video and watching it 32 times. I do that. It's very strange. Anything could be a stim. Why do we stim? There's a lot of different reasons, and if you talk to every individual autistic person, you will get a little bit different answers to why we stim. For me, I stim for self-regulation. So stimming helps me process the information that I'm receiving. So when I'm talking to you, that's a lot of things: hearing, eye contact, listening to the words, processing the words. So sometimes I'll play with my hands while I'm listening to you talk, and that secondary stimulatory input helps me process what you're saying. So it helps me to understand the words that you're saying and realize that, like, make it make sense in my head. Comprehension. I use it for self-soothing. So a lot of things can be very overwhelming for me, and for other people with autism as well. Light, sounds, feelings, textures. So stimming allows you to regulate and control the amount of input that you're receiving and the amount of input that you're understanding. So I'm receiving all of this, but if I'm focusing really hard on just flapping my hands, it really helps me to just focus on that and block other things out. I stim in public a lot when I'm overwhelmed, because it helps me regulate all my sensory input. Also, it's just a nice feeling. I have, some of my senses are really heightened, and some of my senses are really dulled. And so stimulating those senses that are really dulled is enjoyable. You eat things because you enjoy the taste. You listen to a song because you enjoy the sound of the music or the words that they're saying. You cuddle up to a fuzzy blanket because it's warm and it's nice. So for me, all of those things are super amplified, and also I find serious, deep pleasure just in simple stimulatory and sensory things. So I can sit there rubbing, like playing with like this makeup sponge. I can squeeze this, and I will literally just squeeze this, and I enjoy this, and I can tell you the pressure of feeling it, the feeling of it being squishy, the slight sound it makes when it squishes. I can literally sit here and squish this for hours without even stopping. Doesn't matter. And I just enjoy it. It's no different than you sitting down and watching 3 hours of television because you enjoy it. I sit down and rock for 3 hours. Rocking is actually a bit special. For me, my sense of proprioception, so that's the sense of where your body is in the world, it's super dulled, like really bad. So sometimes I feel like I'm floating around in space. So because of it, sometimes I flap my hands because it's grounding. I can firmly feel my hands where they are. Sometimes I rock because it stimulates the senses. So what you would get dizzy rocking, but I don't, because my proprioception isn't as in tune as maybe yours is. So I rock, and I feel, I don't know if still is the word, but it makes me feel sure that I'm sat here on a bench in my house. It's very strange, and like I said, everybody will tell you about stimming in a different way. It's really personal to everybody. Everybody has their own stims. No two stims are ever alike. It's very strange. It can seem strange. It can be a bit frightening for some people. So when I'm stimming in public, if I get a bit loud and I get a bit active and I'm pumping my arms really hard and I'm flapping my hands and I'm swinging my body around and I'm happy and I'm making noises, that can be perceived as like I'm an adult, so it can be perceived that I'm maybe gonna be aggressive or I'm not in control of it. The only time I'm not in control of my stimulatory behaviors are when I'm having a meltdown. Any other time, I'm choosing to do it. And for me, as somebody who's newly coming to terms with having autism, I've made a vow for myself that I will no longer be made to feel uncomfortable in situations I don't have to. So there are situations where it's not appropriate. Okay, so I'm hanging out with my niece, and I've got her all day, and we're in a busy shopping mall, and I'm responsible for her. Well, I would not have agreed to hang out with her if I didn't feel that I was in control of myself that day, and I didn't feel like I was ready to take on whatever was going on. So I don't walk around screaming with my niece, because it's not appropriate. I need to be looking after her, and that might scare her. That might get me so involved in my stimming that I'm not looking after her properly. But I can control it, because there's no problem. By the end of the day, was I a little bit like ready to kind of like have a bit of a break and go off and do my own thing? Of course I was, but who isn't? Who isn't ready to take a break from their daily life and just do something they enjoy? But when I'm out with, walking about with my partner, with any of my family, obviously if there are children there, it can be scary for them. They don't understand. So I try to curb it. But I don't hold back any of my stims, because they don't hurt anybody, and they're really great. They just make me feel happy. And I would hope that anybody did anything to make themselves feel happy and comfortable when they were around me. So I want the same from everybody else. Alright guys, I think that's it. I'm going to put a short clip of me stimming, just a very typical stim session for me at the end, because I'm going to turn the volume down on it, because like I said, I can get quite loud and I can get quite pumped up, and so I'll have my partner record that, and I'll put a couple of clips of different, like, real organic clips of me stimming, not me sitting here and going, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like my channel and subscribe. Let's spread a little bit of autism awareness today. Comment down below if you have any questions, any video ideas, or even if you just want to tell me a story. Right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Bye!